the safest pesticides that you can mix as an applicator. We are going to get into that, from liquids to granulars to soluble packets. I'm going to tell you which one is the safest to mix in this video. Stay tuned till the end and you'll get the final results. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Craig, howtopest.com. Today we are talking the safest chemicals that you can mix. Now, if you understand pest control, when you mix chemicals, that is when you are at the greatest risk of exposure to those chemicals. So today I want to give you a couple chemicals that are, in my opinion, from the best safest to mix to the least safest to mix. And even the least is still one of the best, okay? So let's get into this video. Now, I want to preface by saying it doesn't mean these are the chemicals you want to use. This is strictly a video on how safe they are to mix. They all have their value, and they're all great chemicals. So I'm going to start with showing you this right here. You can see I got a gallon container of water. If I can get the camera to come on over here, or maybe I can come to the camera, I have dumped a wettable soluble packet inside this, and you see it's almost dissolved. That'll make more sense in a minute, and I'll explain all about it. But guys, the safest chemical, and it's kind of common sense out here, is an all natural, like this one right here, guys. This is Ecovia EC. There are many all natural chemicals out there. This is strictly for example purposes, but obviously it's a safe chemical to mix because it's all natural. So when mixing that in your water, this is a simulated sprayer, of course, it's just going to be safe. It happens to get out, splash on you, then it's no big deal. So when you do chemical mixing, the first thing you want is your PPE, guys. I talk about it all the time. Personal protective equipment. You can see I have gloves on today. I don't have the proper PPE on because I'm just doing examples and I'm just touching bottles, so I still want to have those gloves on. But normally PPE is going to be gloves, long sleeve shirt, it's going to be long pants, it's going to be socks, shoes, some form of eyewear to protect those eyes. It can be sunglasses, but the more they wrap around, the better. And then a hat. And of course, for those indoor confined areas, you want a respirator. Now, you guys out there that watch my videos know I'm a big fan of HEPA respirators. It's the only respirator that I wear. I don't wear that garbage little paper mask. I just go as high tech, the best I can get, I guess is the way to say that. A HEPA respirator is a high efficiency particle respirator. It's going to keep pretty much everything out. Guys, they're 20 or 30 bucks. We'll put a link here in the video to show you where you can get them. It's a local hardware store, Amazon, whatever it may be. We'll give you a link to help you out and make it a little easier for you. Now, as far as the glasses, if you are doing an open tank mixing, we're talking for you pros out there that have those 25-gallon, 100-gallon tanks, a face shield is always the best because there's just that chance of splash. But normal spraying, guys, sunglasses, goggles, they're going to do just fine. So that is the safest chemical you can mix, an all natural. Now, understand all naturals come in liquid forms like I just showed you. They come in granular forms. So if you need to put it out in your landscape area, on your lawn. So all naturals are very versatile. But understand this, all naturals are not a cure for everything. They are fantastic and they work well on a lot of insects, but sometimes you need something a little stronger. So number 2, guys, right here, this is the second safest chemical you can mix. This is a water-soluble packet. What that means is this packet just gets put in the water. You don't cut it open. You don't dump out the stuff. The whole packet dissolves in the water. Now, you see I have gloves on. You still want gloves on because you don't know if there's any residual on the outside of this pack. But that's how safe it is. The chemical is inside this pack, so it just protects you, the applicator. This is what I showed you in the beginning, guys. I showed you a water-soluble pack. That is one dissolved, and this happens to be Cyper WSP. WSP, water soluble pack. That's what that stands for. Now, how long did this take to dissolve? They say it takes 2 to 3 minutes. I found, in my opinion, it takes closer to 5 minutes to dissolve. So what you want to do is you want to fill your sprayer of choice up, like pretend this is your sprayer, half full. You want to dump that packet in. This is with any pesticide, water soluble packs, liquid pesticides, granule pesticides. It doesn't matter. Halfway full, let it get in there and dissolve. If it's a granule or a granular or a pack, if it's a liquid, that's fine. And then you put your lid back on and you agitate a little bit, shake it up a little bit. And then you take the lid off and you fill it with water the remaining way to give yourself that finished desired dilution. That's how you mix any pesticide. So these water-soluble packs, in my opinion, are the second best way behind all natural products to protect yourself when mixing. Now, does it mean you need to just go find water-soluble packs? No. Once again, they have their rhyme, they have their reason. So this will kill certain chemicals, or certain insects, I should say. But it may not have what you're going after on the label, so you may need something else. Every pesticide has a list on the label of what they go after, what they're labeled for. Now, if it's not on there, will it kill something that's not on the label? Yeah, probably, but it's not labeled for it, so it's not legal. So you need to make sure that whatever you're going after is on the label of that pesticide. Okay, guys, last but not least, this is a granular insecticide. This happens to be Alpine WSG. Water-soluble granular. You pros out there, you probably use this all the time. I use this all the time. This is the go-to for roaches, guys. It's a go-to for ants too, but for roaches, man, this is the magic bullet right here. Add this in with an IGR and some bait, you're solid. This will take care of your job for those German roaches out there. This is what it looks like. This one happens to come 5 packets like this in a box. Do you need Alpine WSG? No, there's other granules out there. I'm just giving you examples. This, you do have to shake the granule towards the bottom, and you need to cut it away from your face, and then you need to dump these granules in the water. They will dissolve a little faster than the water-soluble packs. These do happen to go in about 2 minutes, sometimes faster, and it's just the desired amount. This is 5 grams, I believe, in each one of these, and you just put in how many you need for the desired insect that you are going after. So guys, those are the top 3 chemicals safety-wise when mixing. Once again, it doesn't mean you need these chemicals. I'm just letting you know when you're mixing, if you're really worried about protecting yourself, then of course PPE is number 1, so you shouldn't get anything on you. But all natural is always going to be your safest chemical to mix and to use. And then going up from there is going to be a water-soluble pack, and then it's going to be a water-soluble granular. That's pretty much it with mixing. Remember what I said, half full of water, guys. Chemical of choice, agitate, lid back on, agitate, lid off, remaining amount of water in whatever that tank is. If you guys need a spray tank, we have them over at howtopest.com, along with all these chemicals and many more that I just mentioned. Back to the sprayers, we have everything from a little 1-gallon pump all the way up to a 4-gallon battery pack. You pros that want Birchmeyers, we have those too. We got it all, guys. This right here, though, I just thought about this. This is a fantastic way to measure and treat fire ant mounds, because in fire ant mound treating, whatever chemical you're using for that, it's going to be 1 to 2 gallons drenching that mound, and then a 12-inch diameter around that mound of pouring this out. So you're really flooding out that mound. So this gives you a perfect measurement, or you can go a little higher with a 2-gallon sprayer. It doesn't matter, but this is a nice, convenient way. I happen to keep this one in my truck actually, and I use that for that purpose. I stole that from my wife, so it no longer makes iced tea and now makes pesticides. But that's a great way to do fire ant mound treating. Guys, if you have any comments, something I forgot to mention, you pros out there that have some good suggestions out there, I'd love to hear them. Comment section down below, please. Appreciate the thumbs up. If you guys haven't subscribed to our channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below, and our videos come out multiple times a week. Hopefully this helped you guys. Craig, howtopest.com.